President Trump talking about Afghanistan last night. Bottom line, we stay, we're not leaving. The president's not happy about the terrorist safe havens in Pakistan, and the president said, we are going to win. Joining us now, Lieutenant Colonel Ollie North, host of War Stories. What does a win look like to Ollie North? To Stuart Varney, it looks like white flags and prisoners being rounded up. What does it look like to you?
Well, it looks to me like, first of all, Stuart, he began the right way. He paid tribute to the soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who have served and are serving now, and the families of those 20,000 who have been killed and wounded. Look, the objectives were very clear. An honorable outcome. A hasty withdrawal is unacceptable. No more of this time-based withdrawal. It's conditions-based. He identified very clearly the security threats in Afghanistan are regional, not just local. He put, as you pointed out, Pakistan on notice, and he said he's going to get more help from our allies, particularly inviting India, which is going to be pressure leverage against Pakistan, into the fight. I thought that speech was just perfect. I'm hoping that the one he gives in Yuma has the same tenor, because he was presidential, and it set forward the idea that we're not going to put people in and pull people out. Best of all, what he didn't say, Stuart, he didn't say a timeline. He didn't say, I'm going to tell you how many troops I'm putting in. He didn't give a strategic perspective on the tactics that the commanders are going to be allowed to pursue. And hopefully, there's some room in all of that for what might be done with perhaps some covert operations that should never be part of a speech by the president. So I give him an A+ on that speech last night, Stuart.
Now, we've had troops in Korea, Japan, Germany for literally decades. I mean, you're talking a half-century. Are you comfortable with that kind of time frame for us being in Afghanistan? Because it could go on for decades.
No, it's already gone on for over a decade and a half. And the idea that we can simply pull out, which was advanced as an idea right from the get-go by the last administration, is one of the reasons why there was a resurgence. I mean, people forget they are listening, and they were listening last night. They were listening at the Shura down there in Islamabad. They're listening at all the gatherings that are taking place out there. Shortly after the speech, and I was on with Sean last night, shortly after the speech, the Afghan ambassador called into his show and said, this is what we've needed for years. That wasn't a setup. That all happened because they know that this is a big fight for them. And quite frankly, Taliban is coming back. That's why I say I hope that there's some kind of, if you will, hyper version of what he talked about last night that allows some covert operations, the likes of which several people proposed over the last several months.
Switching gears, are you comfortable with what's going on with the 7th Fleet in the Pacific, this collision? The Navy's now said it's got nothing to do with a cyber attack. They've cleared that one up, no role played at all. But our operations there they're hampered, surely.
Well, look, there's no doubt that ship completed all of its sensitivity training, its equal opportunity. And look, I'm telling you what's happened in the United States military today. Commanders on the ground and at sea are told daily of all the things that the Pentagon has demanded over the last 8 years. And a lot of it is the sensitivity training. You and I have had to take some here in this business. And all of that takes time. Obviously, it's taken too much time from seamanship and navigation, and they need to get back to that. That's the basics of going to sea.
All right, Ollie, I've got to run, but that was a very interesting and original thought there on what's going on with our Navy in the Pacific. Ollie North, everyone. War Stories. Thanks very much.